Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming for class tonight. For those who haven't been to the studio for a long time, I'm not sure whether you missed the view in this angle. So I changed the orientation after facing the wall for the entire 3 months. So I thought that tonight we look at the scenery out there. It actually is also to prepare to see if how is it like in this orientation, so that there might be a chance that I have to run studio classes concurrently with the online classes, because most of the weekday classes are fully booked. So I thought that it's not very right to make it very difficult for people to book studio classes. So I might run a concurrent session. Let's see how is it like. Tonight we will work on the stomach and the spleen. So you will need two tennis ball. Okay, so if you have tennis ball, get them. If don't have, then you should have the tougher therapy ball. The tougher therapy ball might be a little bit painful because we're going to press on the belly. So if you have only the tough type, and it is extremely uncomfortable pressing on the belly, there's no worry. You can always get the two tough balls and then lay a layer of towel or a thicker towel over it, so that it will ease off the pressure over a larger surface area. If not, a tennis ball will be equally fine. Okay, so tonight we work on the spleen and the stomach. Basically, we focus on the belly, the abdominal area. We will be doing a couple of twists. And then we focus on the front of our thigh. That's where the stomach lines will run. Okay, so since we are targeting the front, so we will start by kneeling. Okay, that is the front of the shin. So if this doesn't work for you, for all of you, you are a seasoned practitioner, feel free to grab a block, and then you can even sit higher. I'm showing you the side. You can even sit higher so that the pressure at the front of your ankle is not that great. Or if it's fine for you, you can sit all the way onto the heel, or you can grab a cushion and you sit on the heel this way. So there are different orientation, as long as you're not irritated by the pressure at the front of the ankle and no pain on the knees, and then you're able to elongate the spine towards the crown, then you will be fine. Okay, so can I invite you to come to a comfortable kneeling position, rest the butt on the heel or on a structure. Elongate your spine, rest the palm on the thighs, relax the shoulders, take a couple of breaths before you gently close your eyes. Giving yourself space and time to arrive and center. Allow these few minutes be a ritual for yourself to reset into stillness and being quiet, putting aside whatever that doesn't serve you, and focus on the physical sensation here and now. Check that you are not overarching your lower back. We tend to overarch the lower back in a kneeling position. So if you have tilted your pelvic all the way forward for that lower back arch, can you gently draw the lower ribs inward towards the spine to allow the lower back to come to a more neutral curvature, and do not overarch the lower back. Allow the shoulder blades to relax. And see if you can slightly shift the upper body either forward or backward so that you can feel the pressure distributed along your entire shin and on the front of the ankle. You start to feel the pressure at the front of your shin, the pressure on the sitting bone against the heel. Think of relaxing the eyeballs, the jaws, soften the belly. Feel the flow of the breath through your nostril as you inhale. Feel the flow of breath out of your nostril as you exhale. With each inhale breath, think of lengthening the spine without overarching the lower back. With each exhale breath, you draw your shoulder blade down, slightly open the chest. Soften your armpit. Just enjoy this few moments where you are seated at ease, feeling the flow of breath in and out of your body. Gently press the palms together in front of your heart. Rub the palms together. Gently press the palm into your eyes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, move the palm away. Gently open your eyes. Namaste. Good evening. Okay, so we're going to first start with some abdominal massage using the ball before we do a series of in poses. So you have two balls. So we're going to place the ball in two locations. The first location is beside the belly button. So the belly button is right at the center. So a rough gauge is about 3 finger width. Okay, so about 3 finger width. So it's about 3 and 3 to the left and right. So it's somewhere around here. So this is the first position where you place the ball, later when you lie on your belly. This is position number 1. It is not so painful for the first position. The second position is you place the ball together and the ball is now at about a few fingers, about 2 to 3 fingers below your navel. So they are together and they are now below the navel. So the first position is left and right of the navel. The second position, you join them together and they are about 3 fingers, 2 to 3 fingers below your navel. Okay, so this is where you are placing the ball. Now, how do we lie down? So for those who are generally okay with the sensation, you put the ball down just beside the navel, about 3 fingers. Don't need to be too scientific about that. And then you just rest your forehead onto the forearms. Okay, so allow your body weight to sink onto the ball. And you might feel a little bit uncomfortable at the start. Now, most of us will just feel just nice when you're lying flat onto the mat. Unless you're really hungry for something very intense, then you can place a block. You place the ball on top of the block and you rest your belly over the ball. And in this position, the pressure is much, much stronger because the balls are elevated above the mat. So you choose an appropriate intensity. Don't need to overdo it. Our abdominal area is very soft, so there is no need to create too strong a pressure. And rest slightly longer. So you rest your forehead onto the forearms, you relax the belly, and you start to feel the pressure on the left and right points beside the navel. So for those who have practiced with me for quite some time, these 2 points isn't something new to you. We usually place the ball on these 2 points when we work on the spleen and stomach. These 2 points are called the Tian Shu point, a point that governs the engine in the middle of our body. So today we work on the spleen and stomach. They belong to the earth element. You can imagine that the Mother Earth is the one who nourishes all living beings on planet. It's the Mother Earth that produces food, nourishes everyone for us to grow and prosper. So it's exactly the role of the stomach and the spleen. It is the place where food gets digested, food gets transformed into essence. And not only transformation taking place, but according to Chinese medicine, the spleen has another important role. It distributes, it transports this essence to all parts of our body, to all important organs. This is something that is peculiar to Chinese medicine, not really talked about in Western medicine. That's why spleen is a very important organ in TCM. Most of the doctor will talk about nourishing the spleen whenever we want to build up our body immune system, because that is the organ that not only transform but transport essence to the critical organs in need of the nutrient. So by now, when you have rested onto the ball, you might feel a slight pulsating sensation. As long as there's no sharp pain, this slight pulsating sensation is perfectly normal. So you just focus on relaxing the belly and feel the pressure against the ball into the body. And as you inhale, feel the pressure. Exhale, allow the balls to sink into the belly. allow your breath to be gentle and long. And focus on the belly and see if you can release some of the grip. These two acupoints has the ability to reset our digestive system. That's why we press on these 2 points first at the start of the entire series. Just 5 more breaths. Okay, now you just have to shift the ball to a new location. You join the 2 balls together and then move it 2 to 3 fingers width below the belly. So below the belly button. So now the balls are below the belly button, no longer on the left and right. This point is a little bit painful. Okay, so this point is not as squishy as the previous point. So this point can cause slight discomfort. If it's too much, please take a towel or padding to pad onto the balls, especially if you are using very tough therapy ball, not the tennis type. Okay, and then just rest on this point. Okay, slowly press your upper body up. We're going to do the last round of movement before we do a rebound. So I want you to place the tennis ball roughly up and down, somewhere around the soft belly, abdominal area. And then you slowly shift your body so that you're trying to slide the ball left and right, left and right. So don't need to press too hard. You just feel the pressure. It is massaging the abdominal area. It also releases your abdominal muscle that's at the front. Okay, some people, the abdominal muscle is very tight and will cause you to have this hunch, this part that's being tightened up. So you press, rest, and then you gently roll your body left and right, left and right. You decide how much pressure you want to press. Usually you are doing like a Sphinx pose, and then you just roll yourself left and right, left and right. You won't stay for long. It's just a gentle release. Roll all the way to the side. Okay, so not just around the belly, you should roll all the way to the side if possible, and then slowly roll all the way to the side. Roll to the side, roll to the side. Yeah, mainly the small and large intestine over here, not really the stomach. The stomach is on to the left side, higher up below the ribs. So you should not be rolling on the ribs, it should be on the soft area, the abdominal area. Just one more breath. Okay, a very quick rebound. Just take the ball away. Rest on your belly. Rest the forehead onto the forearms. Relax. And just feel what is happening to the abdominal area. Okay, press the palm below your shoulders and slowly push yourself up onto your knees. You can sit down, and then we're going to do deer pose, okay, mainly for abdominal twist. So you sit with your knees about mat width distance apart, and then we start by dropping the knees towards the right. Okay, so you just drop both knees to the right, your feet are mat width distance apart, and you just drop both knees to the right, and then you twist over and you try to rest both of your palm onto the mat. Rest both of the palm onto the mat. You start to have a deep abdominal twist. Just stay upright for a few breaths. You might feel some strain onto the lower back. Now the next time you exhale, allow your upper body to lean forward. You can come onto your forearms. If you have a bolster, feel free to rest your torso on the bolster. Or for those who are more flexible, you can rest all the way down with the chest on the floor with the arms straightened. So for those who are resting all the way down, focus on the left elbow and the left armpit. It is always easy to rest the right side down. In order to complete the twist, it is important to have the left side, the left elbow, the left armpit towards the mat. So I'm not saying that you should force it down, but we pay attention to the left side when we are coming forward to complete the deep abdominal twist. Otherwise, you will be just leaning onto the right side and there's hardly any twist happening in the middle segment of the body. So as long as you are aware of what is happening, the purpose and objective of this pose, perhaps you might not want to lie all the way down. Sometimes you rest on the elbows with both elbows equally weighted onto the mat. The twist might be even better than resting the chest down, but you are tilted to one side. So choose an appropriate depth so that the twist is there and you can focus on relaxing the lower back and also relaxing the belly. You can't complete the twist if you are tensing up the belly. With the rolling of the balls earlier and this twist, you might start. Some people might hear some churning sound happening around the belly area. There might be movement of gas, burping perhaps. These are all normal. You're trying to create this on the abdominal twist to purge out whatever gas that might be in the intestine. Do a body scan to see if you can further relax the physical body. Notice the tension that you are holding at a physical level, and notice what is happening at the internal level. Few more breaths. So very slowly push yourself up. Don't move the legs. So you're just sitting upright. And then you rest your right palm onto the left knee. And you just do a gentle twist towards the back as a counter pose. It helps to ease off the left lower back that's undergone the stress. Okay, now you slowly move the knees back to the center. Don't move your feet. Your feet are still wide. And then drop the knees towards the left this time around. So complete the twist. Don't be too eager to go down. We sit upright and then we twist towards the back. Try to have both palms down. Take a few breaths sitting upright. And when you are slowly coming forward, try to make sure that the right side is going down together with the left side. It is easy to rest the left elbow and the left side down, but it is more challenging for the right side because that is the twist that's happening. So as you go down, pay more attention to your right side as you slowly bring your body forward. Rest on the elbow for a few breaths before you assess if you want to go any deeper. Okay, it's perfectly fine to rest on the elbow. The twist is still happening. It might be even better resting on the elbow than going flat down if you are lopsided. With each exhale breath, relax the belly a little bit more. And as you scan the physical body, you check if the lower back is still giving you the stress. If the lower back is still pretty tight and uncomfortable, think of inhaling deeply through the lower back. And as you exhale, think of softening the belly. 3 more breaths. Take your time, very slowly push yourself up. Rest the left arm on top of your right knee, and then the right arm is at the back. With each inhale, you lengthen the spine. With each exhale, you turn slightly towards the back. So take this more like a counter pose to ease off whatever stress on the right lower back. Okay, slowly return back and then come on to all fours. So when we work on spleen and stomach, we usually work on the front of the thigh. Okay, and so it's always the dragon series and the saddle pose that we are usually on that. So come on to all fours, you step your right foot forward, outside of your right palm. Okay, the left knee is on the mat, so you will feel a stress onto the front of the left quadricep. Okay, so for the right foot, you don't need to point to the front. The right foot you can point at an angle as long as you are comfortable. There is space here. There is space here for you to lean forward. Okay, and then you decide how low you want to go. You can rest the elbow on the floor, or you can even rest this way with the palm on the mat. Okay, elbow on the floor or elbow on a block. Try to have the elbow, if possible, beside the right ankle. If elbows can't touch the floor, palm equally fine. Rest the knees. The entire right foot should be on the floor. So for this low-flying dragon, you should feel that the stress is more on the inner side of the right thigh. You feel more on the inner groin and the inner thigh on the right side. That's the main target area. Of course, a couple of you might also feel the left quadricep, but that is not so strong compared to the right inner groin. Some people feel more on the right outer hip. Basically, it is the right hip that is the main target area. So the spleen lines run along the inner thigh. That's the reason for this pose, low-flying dragon. And the stomach lines run along the front of our body and along the front of our legs. If you tend to overachieve in Dragon series, try to back off a little bit. Perhaps rest on the palm. There is no need to rest on the elbow if you realize that you're working too hard. With each exhale breath, can you soften the groin, allowing the body to surrender to gravity. Just one more breath. The next time you inhale, slowly press yourself up. Take your time. We didn't hold that long. So once you're up, you slowly walk the right foot in to the center. This is where the main target area is, the front of the left quadricep. So I encourage you to rest your entire belly onto the front thigh so your body is well supported. You can rest the palm down. You can rest your fingertips, or you can rest on the fist. So allow the entire body weight to rest on the front thigh so that you can sink forward. You should feel intense stretch at the front of the left quadricep. Okay, so this posture target the quadricep. The previous posture target more the inner thigh and the inner groin. So this is the stomach lines. So release. Try to find some calm and peace in a challenging pose. Not overdoing it. Focus on the breath more if you tend to struggle. Try to lengthen the exhale breath, perhaps by counting, might bring the mind away from that physical sensation. One more breath. Okay, the next time you exhale very slowly, the legs will be quite sore. Slowly bring yourself back. Try to sit down with the right leg straightened onto the mat. And then we are coming to a half saddle pose. Okay, so if you can sit comfortably down with the left heel outside, please feel free to do so. If you can't, please sit on a block so that you do not hurt your left knee. So from now on, work at your cup at a intensity appropriate for your lower back and for your knees. Okay, so you can sit upright, you can lean back, you can rest onto the palm. If it doesn't go too far, it's perfectly fine this way. You can rest on the elbow. If that's the most you can go. For those who can go all the way, please lie all the way down. And for those who can rise all the way down and you want some more, feel free to bend your right knee and hug the right knee towards your chest. We won't stay very long. The whole series work on the quadricep. Make sure no knee pain. Don't need to go all the way down. It is a challenging pose, half saddle. Not everyone body can comfortably come to resting half saddle, so it's perfectly fine if you are seated upright or halfway down. As you are staying still in this posture, scan the body again to pick up any sensation in the body and see if you can relax part of the body, the areas that you are holding tension. One more breath. For those with the right knee bent, you can slowly straighten your right leg out. So everyone, gently roll over to one side, your right side, so that you can slowly release the left. For those who are seated, release the left leg and then rest lying down for the rebounds. So take your time, slowly release the left leg. Rest your palm on the belly for the rebounds. Feel this pressure release around the knees, the quadricep. Relax the ankle and see if you can feel some sensation along the front of the left leg. That is the stomach line. Some people might even feel some sensation at the front of the ankle all the way to the toes. That's due to the prolonged compression of the shin and the ankle against the mat in the half saddle. So do not try to analyze what is happening, just simply feel the sensation of the body right here, right now. A few more breaths. Check if you can relax the left leg a little bit more. Allow the left leg to be as heavy as possible. Bend your knees. Gently roll over to one side and then push yourself up. And then we do everything the same thing on the left side. So you step the left foot forward. Your right knee is on the mat. Now the left foot is outside of your left palm. So as you can see, my left foot now, might be pointing slightly towards the left. It may not be pointing towards the front. As long as you have some space in the inside of the groin for your body to come down. You don't want to be blocked by the left leg. It's different from the second pose where we purposely rest the torso on the thigh. So we want the left thigh to be out of the way so that we can rest our palm down, or we can rest the elbow onto the floor or onto a block. Try to have the palm or the elbow beside the ankle. The main target area is the inner thigh. Try not to go too low. It's okay to do 70%, a reminder. Don't need to work too hard in the in class. Your entire left foot should be on the floor, flat. Do not allow the left foot to roll over to the outer edge. Okay, so the whole left foot should be down, including the toes, big toe. And if you notice the uneven distribution of weight on the left and right elbow, make a conscious effort to shift the body weight towards the left elbow. We have 5 more breaths. One more breath. Okay, very slowly push yourself up. Move the left foot inside so that the left foot is in between the palm. So this is the time where you should rest the entire body onto the left thigh. Your palms are on either side of the left ankle. You can come onto fingertips. Or for some people, you might take 2 blocks and rest the palm on the block if this works for you. Or you can rest on the fist. The target area now has shifted to mainly focus on the front of the right quadricep. This is a preparation before you sit backward to the half saddle. With 5 more breaths. One more breath. Now very slowly, take your time. Push yourself up. Slowly release the quads. And then slowly sit down. And see if you can sit inside of your right heel. If you can't, please sit higher. Okay, so this is the time for you to choose an option. Feel free to sit on the block if you can't sit properly down. Okay, if you are on one side, please sit on a block or something higher. And then slowly move your upper body towards the back, and you decide how much you can go towards the back. You can sit upright. Perfectly fine. And the other thing to take note is that you don't need to have both of your knees together. Okay, the position of the knees is really up to your body, so you can relax the knees, and if your knees start to move further apart as you lie backward, let it be. Don't need to squeeze the knees together and having both knees to point directly in front of you. Okay, so the angle of the knees is really, let it naturally happen as you relax the body down and you focus on the front of the right thigh. For those who are more flexible, feel free to bend your left knee, step the left foot on the floor, or you hug your left knee towards the chest. Just want to make sure that you're not feeling any great discomfort on the right knee. Two more breaths. Now very slowly straighten your left leg. And for those who are lying down, roll your entire body towards the left so that you can straighten your right knee. For those who are seated, take your time to straighten your right knee. Both legs are straightened, and then lie back down. Make sure that your shoulder blades are comfortably resting on the mat. Rest the belly, rest the palm on top of the belly, relax the elbows. Stay to experience the rebounds. Notice the feedback from the poses. The sensation at the front of the right leg. Check if you can relax the right leg a little bit more to feel the sensation. Once the rebound sensation has fully eased off, notice the state of the body at this moment. See if you can release any physical tension that you are holding in the body. Relax the forehead, the jaws, your eyes. Drop the shoulders a little bit more if you can. Soften the armpit. Soften the groin, the back of the knees, the ankle, the feet, and the toes. And when you are fully still and rested on the mat, notice the subtle movement of breath. Notice the smoothness of breath, how effortless it is to breathe. The quietness of the mind. Slowly deepen your in-breath and your out-breath, inviting the breath back to the body. Wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes, bend your knees one at a time, and roll your entire body towards the left. With your eyes still closed and the mind still quiet, use your right palm And then press yourself up. You can take a comfortable seated position, or you can choose to sit kneeling onto the heel. Rest the palm on the thighs, on the knees. Feel the weightedness of the sitting bone again. With each inhale breath, elongate the spine towards the ground. With each exhale breath, relax the shoulder blade. Acknowledge the state of the mind and the breath at this moment. Gently press the palms together in front of your heart. Rub the palms together. Feel the warmth in the palm. Rub a bit harder. We first rest our palm on our belly button. Just press onto the belly button and feel the warmth of the palm. Take a couple of breaths, breathing in and out into the palm. Now we rub our palms again. This time around, press the palm deep into your eyes. Give your eyes a massage. Your eyes have worked hard for you. Take a deep inhale, keep pressing. As you exhale, slowly move the palm away. Gently open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you. Okay, thank you everyone for practicing tonight. For those who are joining us again on Wednesday, we'll continue with the stomach and spleen. Still get 2 balls. We will use the ball to press on other part of our body. It's still the same stomach lines and the spleen lines. So thank you very much for joining me this evening. Thank you. Thank you. I will off the Zoom class.